Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Northeastern Conference boys soccer. Still seems strange to say Northeastern Conference with Everett, but it's Everett taking on Lynn English. And it'll be even stranger next year when it's the Everett football team will be coming in. Excuse me, can I see your press passes? You're supposed to be press passes.
Oh, sorry. We have business to do.
We're underway. English in the maroon, Everett in the white. And the shot is going to go wide off the foot of Andy Hernandez Calderon. And I still have to get used to the idea that normally the home team wears the white and the visitors wear the color, but it's Everett in the white with the red trim and English with the maroon and the white. Fabricio dos Santos Souza, say that 5 times fast, is in net for Everett. Cherubin Musango for English as it goes into the Everett bench area, and English will get the throw in. Everett heads it away. English trying to make it 2 in a row. They're 3-6-1, but they've had some tough games. They've been in last couple of minutes. The city tournament, they lost to St. Mary's. They were tied 2-2 with like 15 minutes left. Game against Salem. Salem scored a very late goal to sneak by the Bulldogs. So Kerry King and his Bulldogs have been tearing their hair out with all the almost. Arsenal kicking it away. Tried one of those back kicks and wound up and kicked one of the Everett players right up around the mouth area. And Everett's going to get a free kick. They booted it wide of the net. They got it there, but it went wide. The sun not a factor down in the field, but certainly a factor up here in the press box and up in the stands. The sun is really very brightly shining, and if you take a quick look to your left, you get a little bit of blinding for a couple of seconds with that really strong sun. Cora looking for it, tips it away, lost it. Everett gets it back. Everett trying to get it going. They keep knocking it back. They finally knock it deep. Popped up. Headed up field. Tracking it down and keeping it in was Andy Davin's Alisi. And then finally went out. English got the throw in. Coriolan broke it up and knocked it out. English trying to knock it away. Everett trying to keep it in. English knocked it down. English knocked it away again. Cora got there and got a foot on it, knocked it deep. And a break. Got around 1, couldn't get around 2, and that's Espinoza. And finally got knocked out by Francisco Flores. Boswell had it, lost it. Everett coming back the other way. Broken up by Boswell. Tip it to the near side. Lazo. It was Ambudia trying to knock it deep. Everett picked it off. Takes it back the other way. Popped up. English trying to knock it away. Shot, nice save. Mosango dove, got a hand on it and knocked it out. That was a rip from a tough angle. Mosango with a big time save. Headed away. Enrique de Silva got that shot off that Mosango made the big time save on. Now from long range, it goes wide. Everett's there to keep it alive. Bounces by everybody. Big hop off the turf. And English is going to knock it out. And Everett will get a corner kick. Coming from the far side. No score here. Everett and English, Northeastern Conference Boys Soccer. Went right by everybody. Everett keeps it alive. English will knock it out of play. Everett will get the throw in. Santos will take it. Skips past Santos and out of play. English will make a substitution. English has got a short bench. They've got some people hurt. Kerry King, I mentioned, the head guy for the Bulldogs. Oswaldo Costanza, the head coach for the Crimson Tide. Arsenal missed the header. They were lining up the kick, and he couldn't get it off. Mosango made the save. Nakata got there and blocked it so they couldn't get the shot off. Trying to knock it deep. Cora couldn't get there before they knocked it away. Knocked away. Cora looking for it. Tip to the head. Cora's got a break. Walking in. Cora! What a great individual effort by Cora. At about the 35-yard line, he squeezed between two defenders, pushed it ahead, and kept going. And he beat the defense, walked in. DeSanto Souza came over to try and block the near post. He knocked it in the far post. Great individual effort by Julio Cora. And Kerry King is always saying, I wish we could get off to a pretty good start. Maybe get ahead. It's a big pick-me-up. They've given up a goal or two early, and it's cost them. They've had to come back, play from behind, and they've come up short a couple of times. Now Cora makes a big play and gets them out in front. Cora with another big play, takes it away. He gets broken up. English takes it away. Lazo to Cora. Walking in again. Turns, couldn't get the shot off. He was too far in. He spun and got knocked down. He's slow getting up, but he gets up. And now Barrios slides and knocks it out. Another good effort by Cora, but he found himself at an impossible angle to get a shot. And he spun around to try and get the shot off, and it got taken away and cleared away. Boswa gets it across. Barrios. Back to Boswa. Knocks it down the far side. They head it back. Dos Santos Souza will kick it away. Booms it long and deep. Coach Pierre, the new coach of the football team, would like to have him as the punter. We get a whistle. Somebody made contact going up to try and get ahead on that ball. And English are going to get the free kick. They called it on Everett. I think it's Arsenault, I believe, taking the kick. And he boots it deep and boots it out of play. 10 minutes in to this first half, 1-0 English as Everett makes substitutions. They knock it deep. Everett trying to get there. They save it, but couldn't get along on it. Wound up, Sangu made the save at the side of the net, quickly threw it upfield. English knocks it away. Everett keeps it in. Near side, couldn't control it. Luan Cruz was set up. They got him the pass, but it went off his foot and he couldn't connect. And it wound up going out of play. And now trying to get to Cora, they way too far. Kicked it way downfield and out of play. Another high, booming kick. Barrios heads it away. Knocked out by Boswa. They were trying to get it, so Marcus Vieira in the middle. And Everett will make more substitutions. Long day here at Manning Field. English girls shut out by Saugus. This is the second one, and a big one in the Catholic Central League. It'll be St. Mary's girls taking on Austin Prep. And it will be former school committeeman, former counselor at large, former run for mayor, Timmy Phelan, who's doing an excellent job coaching Austin Prep girls soccer. I think they call Boswell for climbing the back of Vieira, and they're going to get a free kick. And Moses Herrera will take it from the 30-yard line from a tough angle. He came running up, faking it. Now he takes it. And Everett got a head on it, but they headed it out. I think it was Dusan Floridan who got a piece of that one. Everett has controlled it territorial-wise, but English has the goal on a great individual effort by Cora. Gets by. English trying to block it so Everett can't get it. Arsenal leaned on the Everett player, and it did go out, but it went out off English. Everett's going to get a corner kick. They play it in, and they call him offside. They tapped it down, and they carried it walking in, and they were all by themselves along the end line. There was nobody in back of them. He knocked it to the middle. Everett will pick it off and drop it back. English has not had it in the Everett end hardly at all. The one rush by Cora. Nakata almost had it taken away. Now he has it blocked. And it went out. They're calling it off Everett. English almost gave one away there. And Everett got a piece of it with their hand or their arm. English will get the free kick. Barrios ahead. Boswell lost it, had it knocked loose. Everett took it away. Boswell battling to get it back and takes it away. Gets it in the middle. Looking for Cora up front. Cora pops it straight up in the air. Knocked down. Cora got a head on it. Gets another head on it. Everett takes it away and knocks it right back in the English end where it's been most of this half. Long lead pass. Nakata got a piece and knocked it away. English is trying to get the call their way. They're not going to get it. It's going to be a corner kick for Everett. He went up and couldn't get their head on it. It went by everybody. Nobody touched it. It went out of play. Everett had a shot at it. They went as high as they could, but they had to lean over another body, and they couldn't get a foot on it. And it went from one side to the other out of play, and Masango will kick it away. Everett knocking it back. Couldn't get a lot on it. The ball was bouncing around. It bounced over a couple of people. Everett had it on the far side, but it was bouncing up almost waist high, and it couldn't get a real good kick, and it went wide. And now it goes wide again. Everett knocks it out. So it's been all Everett territorial-wise. They've kept it in the English end. They've kept Masango busy, but English has the goal. And we got an English player getting knocked down. And English is going to get a free kick. And they're going to make him bring it back and start it over again. Nice little shift, and they wind up throwing it backwards. And they threw it, they didn't get it on the turf, they threw it very high and went off the shoulder or maybe even the head of Andy Davis, LEHS, and out of play. Everett again, keeping it in. Down the far side. English banged it off English. Everett trying to walk around. They actually wound up taking it out of play. They made a little shift and went down along the back line and actually carried it out of play. Halfway through and counting this first half, 1-0 English. Trying to walk in, the shot, and he knocks it home. He knocked it down. Andy Devins, LEHS. He went over to his left. Musango went over to the far post to try and block it, thinking the shot was coming from that angle, and he knocked it into the near post. So we're just past the halfway mark, 30 seconds past the halfway mark. Everett has tied it up. All that pressure finally paid off. Nice little breakup by Barrios. Shift by Everett in the middle. Couldn't get the shot off. Trying to walk around. They take the shot high, way out of play, over the net. Musango will kick it away. And Everett's still keeping the pressure on. English can't get it out of their own end. Shot got blocked. They get it back. And the shot went way wide. Missed the net. Tried to go to the far post and pulled it way wide and out of play. Everett right back at it. They get by, trying to throw it in front, headed away, cleared away. And they're going to call English, and we're going to get a free kick from virtually dead center. Is it going to be a penalty kick? I think it was in the box. Everett's going to get a penalty kick. Tough break for the Bulldogs. Juan Meza Rojas credited with a penalty kick, and Musango had no chance. He's got to guess right, and that's all he can do is guess. And it got banged in And Everett scored 2 in a row, and they grabbed a 2-1 lead. And somehow you had a feeling that that pressure was going to pay off. English had trouble getting it out of their own end and keeping it in the Everett end. We're going to get a call on banging it to Barrios. English will get a free kick. Coming from just inside the 30-yard line, Barrios is going to take it. Everett knocked it down, and they cleared it away. English keeps it in. And I think they're going to call Corey. Banged into somebody, went high in the air, got the ball with the knee, but then ran into one of the Everett players and took him down. And Everett will get a free kick. And he's still down. He's hurt. He got up like he was going to try and walk away. But he's still down. And now he's up. And he's going to go to the bench, I think, and be replaced. And that's Marcus Vieira. He seems to be okay. He looks like he's running it off. They give it to the goaltender. He just kicks it upfield, and it's back in the English end. It's been here for maybe 95% of this first half. English knocks it out of play. Knocked it almost out in the street. English breaks it up and knocks it away. Cora, it went right through the wickets. He can't get there first. It gets knocked out by Lazo. Ever content to knock it back to their center fielder, Christian Rosales, and start it from there. In the middle, still with it. He'll go back and start it over again. Headed away. Everett, they are 8 miles offside if they made the pass. And we got pushing and shoving. And a little frustration. They threw the ball at Baswa. English will get the free kick. And they boot it deep. Cora looking to get there. He would have got there first. But Fabricio Dos Santos Souza, the goaltender, came out and took it away. A little shorter, but just as high. Still went past midfield. Everett is going to let it go out of play. Knocked it to the middle. Knocking it deep to the near side. Everett hustling, can't get there. They knock it out of play. Also a nice little shift. Another nice little shift, but he pushed it too far. Had it taken away. They get it back to Baswa. Dipped it ahead to Cora. And it gets knocked back by Herrera. And we got a call for English. A little too much contact against Meza Rojas. Everett will get a free kick from the 35. They can certainly reach the net from here. And they do reach the net. They kicked a field goal, one right through the uprights, over the net and out of play, all the way under the scoreboard. It's a long run for the ball boy. So we got 10:53 left in this first half. English had a 1-0 lead. Everett scored 2 in a row, and that's where we are. Everett 2, English 1 with a timeout. They come out of the timeout. 10:53 left in the first half. 2-1 Everett. Those penalty kicks will kill you. There's contact everywhere, but when you make contact that close, it doesn't just wind up with a free kick. It gives a penalty kick one-on-one with the goaltender, and virtually no chance for the goaltender to save those. We mentioned before that net is like 6 foot high, 24 feet wide, as they knock it deep, trying to send Cora in again, but too far. And it's like the Grand Canyon, as I call it, and the only thing the goaltender can do is guess. If you guess right, you look great. You make a big-time save. But not many times do you guess right. More often than not, it's a goal, because it's almost impossible to stop. He was trying to clear it away. Everett keeps it in. Cora pops it back. Tip to the far side. Everett right back in the English end. They throw it deep, and it's going to go wide off to the right and out of play. We'll have a substitution for both teams. Oh, just one team. I thought Espinoza was going to the bench. He was just talking to the coach. Barrios gets it back. Impudia throwing it deep, and he threw it, kind of shanked it, trying to send Lazo down the near side, threw it out of play. Popped up and knocked away by Everett. English gains control. Lazo drops it back for Barrios. And stepping in front was Herrera to knock it away. Shot. Masango makes the save. Tips it to himself and throws it upfield. Everett got knocked from behind and lost the ball. He was looking for a call. He didn't get it. That was LEHS who had the first goal. He got by the defense. They bumped him a little bit. Lost his balance a little bit, lost the ball. He looked at the official like, where's the call? Oswa across field. They tried a little give and go, and it got broken up nicely. English takes it back. Cora off his foot. Tips it. Stays with it. Still with it. Gets around. They try to get it back to him. They got it back to him, but he was behind everybody offside. He broke to the net. They fed him the pass, but he was a yard or two behind everybody offside. They knock it upfield to Herrera. They go clear across field. Santos with a rush, still with it. Lead pass. Everett will get there and keep it in. And then when they try to go around, English is there to knock it out. Coriolan, I think, was the one that knocked it out. Everett will make a couple more changes. Good individual effort by Cora for a goal for English, and a good individual effort by Andy Davis Alisi for Everett. And then the difference is the penalty kick. And we're going to get Everett called for banging into English, trying to go get the ball. English will get to kick it away. And I think it's Coriolan who will do the honors. Headed away by Everett. He saved it from going into the English bench. Everett gets it back. Popping it. Everett kicks it way up in the air. English kicks it way up in the air as Everett threw it the lead pass. English got there first, looking to kick it upfield. They kicked it straight up in the air, and it bounced out of play, and Everett will get a corner kick. And Arsenal got a piece of it and knocked it out before anybody could get near it in front of the net. So we'll do it again. They get a little bit higher out in front, knock it away. English knocks it further away. It's going to go out of play. Everett will get the throw in. Out off Everett. Barrios kicking it deep, looking for Cora. They pop it up. Headed away by Everett. And Everett takes it away and brings it back in the English end. Everett gains control in the middle. They get the pass. Mosango with a great save. Tremendous save. They set up Meza Rojas, who got the penalty kick for a goal. He drilled it, and Mosango, gripping, he's over 6 feet tall because he went as high as he could and just got a hand on that and knocked it over the net. The corner kick coming from the near side. And it goes out of play off English. We'll do it again. And the shot goes wide left. Well, it was a substitution for English. Out to midfield. Everett got a head on it. Everett hustled and kept it in. English picks it off. And Everett's going to get called for leaning on the English player, and English will get a free kick. From inside the 45-yard line. 2 minutes and counting left in this first half. 2-1 Everett. English drives it, takes a big hop, pops in the air. Everett will clear it away. Nakata with it. Arsenal knocks it upfield. Everett picks it off. Oswald. Down deep. Nice little shift to get around. They tipped it. Didn't get it to the net. It got headed away by Rosales. Long lead pass. Masanga will come out and kick it away. It was a foot race with Everett player and two defenders. Everett player might have got there first. Masanga come out and took it away. And I thought they blew the whistle for the end of the half, but they didn't. There's a player down. An English player got leveled down around the 6-yard line. Jalen Koyalan is the player that was down. He walked under his own steam, so hopefully he's going to be okay. And hopefully he didn't get hurt badly, because the time is running down here in this first half. It's bad enough you get hurt, but it'd be bad enough you get hurt in the closing seconds. English takes it away. Everett pops it up. And Everett knocks it off their own player out of play. Can't be a lot of time left. It's been 2 minutes for a while. Barrios, he tried to make a little spin with the ball and get around, and it went off his foot and out of play. Barrios knocks it back, and Everett was letting it go. If they let it go, Espinoza was going to say thank you, because he was running to get it. At the last minute, Everett said, we better go get that ball. They blow the whistle, and they call it on English. He went by the defender. They're saying he grabbed him to get by. Everett will get a free kick. And, boy, the clock must have been really off, because it's been 2 minutes for a while. They knock it to the net. It bounces and goes out. And now they blow the whistle, and that's going to end the half. So English got on the board first on a great effort by Cora, and then a great individual effort by Andy Davins. Alisi tied it, and Everett was awarded a penalty kick, and Juan Meza Rojas banged it home, and that's where we are. Everett 2, English 1 at halftime. Good job. I'm back. Welcome back. As we're underway in the second half. I got good camera people. They keep me going. Everett kind of dominated that first half territorial-wise. English made a great effort by Cora to grab a 1-0 lead, and then they just couldn't get anything near the goaltender Fabricio Dos Santos Souza. Nice takeaway by Nakata. Boswell to the middle. Had it. Looked like he lost it, but then he kind of tips it. Cora trying to pick it off. Gets it back. Drops it back. They tip it trying to go to the net, and it gets headed away.
Mr. G's not up here?
No.
Is he coming? When is he coming? Do you know who can do the speaker?
Hmm?
Do you know who can do the speaker before the game? Can you do it?
Nobody. Nobody up here knows how to do it.
Besides Mr. G. Oh. I'll figure Do you know if is he gonna come? He's coming tonight.
I don't know who's coming, but it won't be for a while.
He's coming. He told me today.
Cora tries to center it. English got a head on it. Espinosa trying to redirect it to the net. It's a little bit of a line drive. He was booting. Ball's 8 miles in the air and 60 yards. Everett boots it to the far side. English steps up, heads it away, and it's going to go out of play. So 2 individual efforts, one Everett, one English, and the game was 1-1. And then there was a pop-up in front of the net, and they called English for running in and making contact. With the Everett player, and they gave a penalty kick to Juan Meza Rojas. And Masango had no chance. He knocked it home, and that's where we are, 2-1. And Everett totally dominated territorial-wise. The English had a hard time getting it out of their own end. They didn't get another shot on net. Arsenal with it. Too far ahead, looking for Hernandez. Off Boswa, knocks it to the far side. Cora in the middle, trying to get loose. English keeps it in, pops it to the near side. Hernandez hustling, can't get there before it goes out of play. This is the second of 3 here at Manning Field today. English was looking for a split. The girls lost, getting shut out by Saugus in the first game. Now this one goes all the way upfield to the side of the net. And Dos Santos Souza will throw it upfield rather than kick it. So English is looking for a split. Everett is looking to go over 500. English with a break. They got 3-on-2 for the moment. Trying to walk in. They lead the pass too far. They're trying to lead Cora to the net, and they pushed it a little too far. And Dos Santos Souza came out and picked it off. It was a good opportunity for English with 3-on-2. English will knock it out of play, and they knocked it right out the exit, up in the stands, out of play, and it goes behind the stands on the other side. So that's a little bit of a hike for the ball chaser on the other side. Yeah, he almost knocked another one up in the seats. They're trying to knock it to the net. Hernandez got a head on it. And it goes out of play. Everett will take the throw in. De Silva was going to take it. It wound up with Almeida throwing it in. They hit it back to the English net. Arsenal gets there and boots it straight up. They get a head on it, stays alive out in front, and finally cleared away. And they tipped it by Espinosa. Great hustle, but just couldn't get there. He couldn't get there before it got to the goaltender. He had just enough mustard on it to get it to the goalie to kick it away. Coriolan knocks it back upfield. Everett will kick it back to the goaltender. Cora was looking to pick it off. Baswa looking to make a play. In the middle. Back to Arsenal. You can certainly pick on Arsenal, those bright yellow cleats. The lead down the near side, trying to keep it in. And they just do, but they knock it to the side of the net. Had no angle, and Masongo was there to pick it off. And he boots it away. Cora knocks it down, couldn't collect. Cora gets it back, lost it off his foot. Little give and go with Everett. Right down the middle, still with it. Pushed it in. Walking in, and they shoot it up over everything. They made great passing. Great rush by De Silva. And I think it was Meza Rojas that got under it and chipped it way out of play and over everything. They did everything but put it in the net. De Silva made a great rush, breaking through, made the nice pass, set up the shot, and they knocked it high over the net and out of play. So England's got a break there. Skips past Everett all the way back to the far side, and they're going to knock it out of play. They try to give it back to the center fielder and went off his foot. And there was Cora and Espinosa trying to get there first. So we had no choice but to kick it out of play. Nakata knocks it cross field. Back to Nakata. They knock it in the middle. English got a foot on it and popped it over everything out of play. They made the nice pass in the middle to Ampudia from Gomez, and they just got under it, hit a little pop fly over everything. 10 minutes and counting into the second half, 2-1 Everett. They're looking to go over 500. They're 4-4-3. English looking for their fourth win. And they're going to get Boswell for going over the top. He was going over, but he had his hand leaning on the shoulder of the Everett player trying to go up and get it. And Everett will kick it away from midfield. They drive it to the net. Mosango went way up in the air. He lost it again, finally dove on it. He went way up in the air, got a piece of it, tipped it. It went to the ground, to the turf. There were 3 white shirts around it, he couldn't get a handle on it. He finally fell on it like he was recovering a fumble. That had to give Kerry King a few palpitations. Trying to get around the defender. They pulled it around, but they pushed it out of play. English gets the throw in. They knock it to the near side, off a foot, skips past. English collects. Gomez broken up. Hernandez gets it back, now gets the return pass. He threw it behind Boswell. They were trying a little give and go. Nakata got a head on it, took it away. English tips it to the middle. Boswell with it. Trying to get it in the middle. Everett got a piece and knocked it away. Nakata knocked it down. English coming back. Everett breaks it up. They knock it deep for a break. It's a foot race. It got by Masangu. And Everett keeps it in. Did they call him offside? It was a foot race. Masangu went down. He reached for it. He missed it completely. I don't know why it wasn't offside before that. Well, I don't know why they called it offside later. I don't know what the call was. Unless they call him, they couldn't have called him out for pushing off the English player because the kick would have come from a different angle. So I don't know what they called. Now they're going to give English a free kick, I think, from midfield. I believe it was Flores that was on that foot race trying to get to that pass. They didn't call him offside initially. I don't know why they would call him offside after that, because there was a defender right with him. I didn't see it go out of play. That might have been a call. If the ball went out of play, the pass was coming from Masango. Didn't touch it. Nobody touched it, so it might have gone past the end line out of play. That might have been why they got the kick. And that's the only thing I can think of why they would get the kick. Little give and go with English. Everett took it away, but I think they ran into English doing it. English going to get a free kick. Coming from just in front of the English bench area. Tough angle from here. They can certainly reach the net from here. They're going to move Everett's picket fence back a little bit. They line drive it. Everett got a piece of it, deflected it to the near side. Walking in, had an opportunity to maybe knock it out in front. Couldn't. Now the shot kind of shanked it, got deflected. English trying to keep it in. Everett collects and takes it back the other way. English broke it up. Everett got it back. They get by again. They tip it to the middle. A break. They pop it up, and they knock it off the side of the net. There were two Everett players. They got it by Masango. They went down. They tipped it over. They went down. They tried to tip it. If they tip it back, the Everett player was sitting in the doorstep with a wide open net. All he had to do was just touch it, knock it in. They knocked it off the side of the net. The English defender chased the first Everett player down. And it was Flores standing right out in front. It bounced by Masongo, bounced by everybody. They had an excellent chance. They couldn't get the shot off. It went to the side of the net. And when they tried to throw it out in front with Flores sitting all by himself, they knocked it off the side of the net and out of play. Everett coming back. Broken up. Boswa. Nice job defensively. Nice job again. Still tipping it away. And still in control. Knocking it deep. Looking for Cora. And stepping in front of Cora. And knocking it away was Rosales. Corner kick coming from the near side. English took a swipe at it, couldn't get the foot on it. Cora had his back to the net, couldn't turn around and get the ball out in front. Everett clears it away. Just one of those things where could be, should be, and couldn't be because they couldn't get to the ball. Broken up nicely by Gomez, and then Gomez gets knocked down. And we got a yellow card against Everett. Credit the Everett kids because it could have had a bit of a problem here. Gomez is up. He's okay. They were both going for the ball, and he got bumped and went down hard. And there was a little almost to do. Everett players actually got in front, pulled their player away. Good job by them. English will kick it away. We gave you a shot of that. You usually don't see the planes coming right over Manning Field. To make a little bank, they usually come over Frazier Field, but this one is coming right over our heads. I haven't seen one of these. This is the first time I've seen. You might be able to hear the engine over my head. They're making a bank coming like they're going from one goal line to the other goal line to go over Frazier Field, where they normally go. And we're going to give you a good shot of that coming right over one set of stands, right over the English bench area. And as they got to the middle of the field, they made a little bank to go fly over Frazier Field and head for Logan Airport. There are nights here when we see 7, 8, 9 planes coming almost back to back. They feel like they're towing each other. They're so close. And then other nights like now, nothing, just a big black sky. But we saw that one plane coming in from a little different angle than normal. Coming from the near side, the corner kick for Everett. Have we reached the halfway mark of the second half? Everett still on top 2-1. All the scoring in the first half. Out in front, Everett got a piece of it and knocked it over the net. They threw it beyond the net. Breaking in was Jason Floridin, and he was open, and he just got a foot on it and kicked it over the net. Everett knocked it away. He just got a little complacent there and almost gave it away. Everett knocks it in to the Everett bench area. Arsenault knocks it deep, and they'll let it go through to the goaltender. He'll kick it away. We got a call. Everett again. Ball was high in the air. They were looking, and there was contact made. And just as I said, that's the first plane I've seen come over the stands, over the English bench area to make a turn to go to Fraser Field. There's another one coming in. The goalie will kick it away. English got a head on it. Controlling it. Looking to get a shot. Boswell with a shift. Drops it to the far side. Parios gets around, pass too far away for Boswell. Everett with a break. Nakata was there to break it up. They would have had 2-on-1. English coming back. Right down the middle. Pass got deflected by Everett. Shot from long range is going to go wide left. Boswell with the shot. He's played very well. Good hard shot. Just pulled it wide left. Arsenault battling. They call it off Arsenault. They tip it by Nakata. They pop it up in the air. Everett couldn't get control of it, and they run into the goaltender. They popped it up in the air, and Everett had a shot at it. I think that was LEHS looking for his second goal. And when he went up, it bounced up, and that allowed Masango to take it away, and LEHS ran into Masango, and now they kick it out of play. So Everett has been close a few times. None more than on that 2-on-1 break where they wound up at the side of the net with the ball and a player out in front with a wide open net, and he knocked it off the side of the net. Arsenault pushed it too far in front. I think he was trying to push it to try and drill it toward the net, and it got knocked out by Everett. Everett will hand it out again. Arsenault will take the throw in again. Off Boswell's head. Cora was trying to line up a shot. Everett got to it first. English kicked a little ground ball that the defense was able to knock away. And Everett clears it away. Broken up nicely by Umpudia. They get around, and that's going to be a whack. And it reached out with an arm or a hand. And I think it was Meza Rojas who reached out and got a piece and took the player down. They've given yellow cards for less than that. Barrios will take the kick from the 25, a little bit of an angle. Left footed, he'll try to get it out to the left and hook it back. Everybody breaking right in the middle of the net. The English player got knocked down. In a maze of players, Everett didn't let it get through the goaltender. It got blocked. Barrios got knocked down. We're going to get another free kick. De Silva took Barrios down. He can do it again. He put the last one right going to the middle of the net and ran into a maze of bodies and got deflected away. Same thing, get it out to the left and hook it back to the right. That's what he does, right to the net. He almost put that one in. So Santos Souza had to go way up in the air. That was going under the top crossbar, dead center. Good bid by Barrios. Now a rush by Everett. De Silva thought he banged it out off Barrios. It stayed in play. Coriolan couldn't control. Everett coming back. Popped it up. Arsenal heads it away. Bounces loose. Boswell with it. Broken up nicely. Nice little poke check. Took the ball away. Down the far side. Everett trying to throw it in front. Nakata knocked it down and knocked it away. And gets it up. Lazo broken up. And they're going to get Everett for pushing Lazo off. English will get a free kick. And we've got just over 12 minutes left in this one. All the scoring in the first half. The penalty kick by Juan Meza Rojas. The difference so far, Everett 2, English 1, as we get a timeout. 12:05 showing on the scoreboard clock. English with the free kick. And they drive it toward the net. It gets headed away by Everett. English keeps it in. Everett clears it away and starts it back. Broken up by English. Everett gets it back with a rush. Pass. Nakata broke it up. Nice defense and nice piece of this again by Nakata. And we got a knockdown again. They take another English player down. Floridan. Knocked down, I believe it was Impudia. They kick it to the near side to Arsenal. Starting it up. And he was trying to get that to the net. And he sliced it way off. He got it off the side of his foot and sliced it way off to the right and out of play. English just picked it up a little bit in the second half. The first half, Everett totally dominated territorial-wise. English had a very difficult time getting out of their end after Cora scored the early goal. But it's been fairly back and forth here in the second half. He banged it off Everett, and it's going to go out of play. Everett knocks it out again. Boswa knocks it to the near side. Arsenault looking for it. Knocked down. Everett trying to walk in. The shot's going to go wide. Another nice bid. They took it away. And they walked in. Masanga came over to cut down the angle. And I think it was Alicia again looking for his second goal. Got the left foot on it and just pushed it wide of the far post. English almost gave one away there. And I don't know how they missed that. Knocked down at the 40-yard line. Late whistle, they're going to call English for the takedown. English got knocked down before that, no call. And that was right out in the open. They get it to the net. A parcel of players out in front. Nobody touched it. Comes to the near side. Everett keeps it in. Trying to get around. Still in control. They drop it back. Ooh, behind the back action there. Trying to walk in. Throwing it in front. English clears it away. They couldn't get a shot off. Santos was going to line up a shot, but it bounced up. It didn't go on the turf. He couldn't get control of the ball, and he just kind of popped it to the far side. And Everett knocked it out. Pop straight up. And we're going to get a call. Everett leaning all over English, trying to get ahead on the ball. So English got a little giddy up in their step. 7 minutes left in this one. They trail 2-1. They tip it ahead. They get in the middle to Boswa. We talked about this before, how English is 3-6-1, but they've had some very tough games. And this would certainly be one of them. They played well, and the difference is going to be a bump out in front of the net, giving Everett a penalty kick as they knock this one sky high. This is going to bring rain. Nakata knocked it away. They get it to Boswa. Knocked away from him from behind. Everett knocks it deep. English saying Everett knocked it out. Everett saying English knocked it out. And English is going to win that one. They're going to get the kick. So this should be one of those tough games if it stays 2-1. They kick a ground ball. Skips by everybody. Everett will take it back in the English end. Blocked by English. Everett gets it back. shot from long range. Masango gets an easy hop, and he boots it away out to midfield, headed back by Everett. English knocks it away. We're alone. Cora looking for it. Meza Rojas got there first and knocked it out. 5 minutes and counting left in this one. Corner kick will come from the near side. Line drive out in front. Everett knocks it away. Shot over the net. They lined it up. I think it was Arsenal. He got what he wanted out near the 20-yard line. He was open. He just got a little too much foot and knocked it over the net. Everett will make a substitution. Everett now trying to beat the clock and go over 500. Everett knocks it deep. Del Masago will come out and boot it back to the Everett side of the 50-yard line. Boswell with a little shift, stays with it. It got knocked away. They threw it behind Boswell trying to make that pass. Dropped it off. There was nobody there. English picked it off. Nakata to Boswell. Everett knocks it away. They want to just keep it in the English end. As of right now, they don't need any more goals. Everett keeps it in, gets around. Nice job throwing it in front. It pops up. And they're going to call Everett offside. At least he got behind everybody. He blocked it, popped up. He was waiting for it to come down so he could whack it home. And they blew the whistle for the offside. Everett keeping it in the English end. That's where they want it. Nakata took it away. Boswell took it away. Everett gets it back, trying to walk in. Shot. We've got, I think it's the Everett JV team that's down in front of us. They thought that went in. It went off the side of the net and behind the net and out of play. And we're in the final 2 minutes and counting. English needs a quick goal. They couldn't keep it in. It went out. Everett will get a chance to keep it in the English end, which is where they want it. A couple of bumps. We don't call that one. English getting it upfield. This is maybe it. They're going to have to do something here. And they threw it out of play. That's going to cost them dearly because the clock is winding down. Everett got the one goal. Knocked away. Popped straight up in the air. Arsenal knocked it down. One more chance for English, and this is it. Cora with it. Trying to throw it to the net. Headed away by Everett, and they'll carry it away. and they'll knock it down in the English end, and all they have to do is keep it here. They don't need another goal. Walking in, they throw it in front, and it got knocked out of play by Nakata. Corner kick coming up for Everett. We're in the closing moments of this one. 2-1 Everett. This will be a really tough loss for the Bulldogs. The winning goal on a penalty kick. All the scoring done in the first half. And they blow the whistle, and that's going to be it. And English is going to suffer another tough loss. Boy, it's been a tough year for them. They played hard, they've worked hard, and they deserve a better fate. But they're going to come out in the short end. A great individual effort by Julio Cora. Went through a couple of defenders, walked in, beat the goalie to the far post. It was 1-0 English. But then another nice effort on the part of Andy Devon's Alisi, who beat a couple of defenders and blasted it by. Musango had no chance, and that tied it at 1. And then all of a sudden, there was a pop-up right in front of the net. When it came down, there was a little bit of a collision. They called English for the contact. It gave Everett a penalty kick, and Juan Meza Rojas banged it in to that Grand Canyon, as I call it, to make it 2-1. That was it at halftime, and that was it for the game, as English didn't get a lot of shots on net after Cora. In the first half, they didn't have the ball in the Everett end that much. They picked it up a little bit in the second half, but they couldn't really get a good shot on the goaltender, Fabrizio Don Santos Souza, after Cora's goal. And the final score, English on the short end, Everett 2, English 1. English will go to 3-7-1. Everett will creep over 500 at 5, 4, and 3. So 2-1. Everett on the penalty kick defeats the Bulldogs. Again, the final score, Everett 2, English 1. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.